Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host, Sean McGahee. This is a show where we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, and Patreon, and contact Dayspring Discussions on the Facebook group, Twitter account, and dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. Well, happy Thursday, everyone. I am back. That's right, guys. Last week I was on vacation, went to the Magic Kingdom of Disney World, did the whole 7-day park hopper thing, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, and Epcot. Big family trip. We had a lot of fun, guys. It was awesome. I even got a little bit of sneak peek of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. When you go to Toy Story Land in Hollywood Studios, if you ride the Slinky Dog ride, there are two parts. We are up high enough, and if you look to your right, you can see all of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's still under construction, of course, but you get a really good look. I was trying to take a picture while we were on the roller coaster, and my wife was yelling at me, saying to put away my phone because they're going to drop it. And I couldn't help myself. I took a picture. If you follow me on Instagram or on Twitter, you can actually go and see the picture that I took. I took like a dozen of them, and all but two were just horrible pictures. But I think I got a decent one in there. So you can go on to my personal Instagram and Twitter account, check it out. But definitely excited. Hollywood Studio, of course, was my favorite just because there was a lot of Star Wars stuff there. You had the March of the First Order that was every hour. They had a show called A Galaxy Far, Far Away where they had people in costumes coming out and, looking like the characters, but they also had kind of screens going through the Star Wars saga, which is cool. And then at the evening, the fireworks show, each park had a light or fireworks show in it, and they had a Star Wars themed one in Hollywood Studios tonight, and that was super cool with the lasers and stuff like that. That was pretty sweet. Also, we got to meet some Star Wars characters. Chewie we met twice because my daughter wanted to see Chewie twice. We saw BB-8. We saw Kylo Ren. My daughter was a little scared of Kylo Ren. I'll give you that. And then, of course, we got to meet other characters as well. I couldn't get my daughter to do the little Padawan training thing. She liked to watch the show where they bring the kids up in Jedi robes and lightsabers and they face off against Darth Vader and Kylo Ren. I tried to get her to do it. She would not, but she watched the show, so we saw it several times. It was cute. I wish she would have done it so I got pictures, but oh well. And then another thing, over in Animal Kingdom, they have Pandora from the movie Avatar, the whole world set up there. I will recommend if you go to it, number one, go at nighttime because it's all lit up and stuff. Looks pretty cool. But also the two rides they have there. One is like a little riverboat ride through Pandora. Skip it. Don't worry about it. It's not that great. But the other one, the Ride of the Banshees, is awesome, guys. Cannot recommend that highly enough. The way they do it is super cool. It's a long wait. Yeah, I got my fast pass and I did my fast pass thing for it. But I think it's worth, at least hour and a half wait maybe. So if you're there, check that out. And honestly, I'm excited to go back in about a year or two and check out Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and more. But it was a fun trip, definitely a good family trip. The kids had a lot of fun. And now I'm back here and it's time to get some actual news. Now, I've been gone for almost a week and a half, guys. A lot of news came out. I tried to keep up with it as best as I could while I was on vacation. Of course, I'm better at posting stuff on the Facebook group than the Twitter account. So if you follow me more on Twitter, I do apologize. I do the best I can, but Facebook is really a little easier for me to post stuff. So I do a lot more on there. So what I'm doing today, I'm just going to go backwards, actually. I'm going to start with kind of more recent news, work my way back. If I run out of time, I run out of time. That's fine and jolly. And then, of course, you guys fire back on the social media groups and Gmail account. Let me know what you think. So starting off, I am going to go maybe a little less geeky, I would probably say. But I just got back from Disney, so I got to talk about these two Disney trailers that recently came out. So the first one came out yesterday, and we got our first look at the sequel to Frozen, Frozen 2, set to come out November 22nd, 10 months away. So, anyone who's expecting more than just a little tease, you're crazy to expect anything more than that. I've always said, when it comes to big release films, give me 6 months of teaser, give me 3 months an actual trailer, Give me 1 month, another trailer, and then I'm good. I think that's fine. You can throw in some TV spots and stuff like that, but really 3 trailers for any highly anticipated film is all we really need. I mean, 5 minutes at the most of the film is really what I want to see. So that's fine with me. But anyway, 10 months away, we got Frozen 2, a trailer, and to be honest, it was a nice tease because we really didn't get anything from this at the beginning. We have Elsa, looks like kind of testing her powers, is what most people think, where she's running through the ocean, trying to get over the waves, using her ice powers. And the whole reason I have this on the mind, what I want to talk about, is like I said, I was at Disney, okay? We actually went to the Frozen sing-along they did. My daughter, of course, liking Frozen and loving to sing. We went and we saw the live-action show where they showed, they went through the story of Frozen, and they showed clips from the film. Of course, we sang "Let It Go." They rained down some fake snow a couple times. It was an interesting show. And then before that, we actually got our picture taken with Olaf, so that was fun. But yes, that's why I really have Frozen on the mind. And to be honest, you know, the story of Frozen, or really Elsa, I did find interesting in the first one. First off, I gotta say, Elsa's hot. I mean, you know, as far as animated characters, she's pretty hot in my opinion. But one thing that always bugged me about the original film is Elsa has these ice powers that we never know where they come from, and I'm always hoping that the sequel would shed some light on it. So the official synopsis for Frozen 2 is Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, and Olaf are going far into the forest to know the truth about an ancient mystery of their kingdom. I'm hoping this means they're going to find the origin of Elsa's powers, maybe meet more people like her with powers. There's a little scene in the trailer there where some leaves and winds are blowing up. Maybe they're like elemental powers, like Last Airbender kind of style, where, you know, Elsa has frozen powers, someone has wind powers, someone has fire powers. Sure, it might be a little bit of ripoff of Last Airbender, but to be honest, come on. Captain Planet did it before that with Earth, Wind, Fire, Heart. But yeah, more into the mythology and the powers of it all, I think would be really cool. But this teaser exactly was a tease, letting you know it's on its way. People who love the Frozen first movie, letting you know it's coming. I'm sure I'll go see it. You know, I thought the first Frozen film was enjoyable. I didn't love it, but my daughter likes it. It's got, you know, good characters. There's one scene in the first film where Kristoff and Anna first meet, and they're on the sled, and their back and forth I thought was really probably the best scene. Their banter going back and forth between that. And of course, Olaf is hilarious. Oh, look, I've been impaled. Love that line. But anyway, that's coming out in November, guys. Fire back. Let me know what you think about the tease, and we'll go from there. All right, the next Disney trailer I want to talk about that recently came out is a new one for the live-action Aladdin film coming out. Comes out May 24th, so a lot sooner than Frozen 2, but we got a little 1-minute teaser trailer, I guess, or I think I'll call it teaser trailer. I don't think it's official trailer, especially if it's 1 minute long. And really, the teaser is, like I said, I think teasers should be 1 minute long. Actual trailers should be 2 minutes long. Anything more than that, 2.5, 3 minutes, I think it's way too long. But what was so special about this one is that at the end we got our first look at Will Smith as the genie in blue, because we had an entertainment article that came out and we saw a picture of him, but he wasn't blue. Now, that's to say probably effects weren't done. That was just probably an on-set picture. With this, they actually have him blue like the original genie in the 1992 classic film. Also, we got a shot of Jafar. We got a shot of the Cave of Wonders from the outside, which I thought looks pretty cool. But again, just more shots of everything to come in the film. So, first off, full disclosure, the 1992 animated film, my favorite animated film of all time, guys. I'll go ahead and say it right now. You know, Disney has been doing a really good job with their live-action adaptations of their classic films recently. Alice in Wonderland sucked. I watched it. That sucked. I didn't watch the sequel, Maleficent. I thought they were going for something there, but the fact that you took one of the most villainous characters in Disney history and made her relatable, I thought lost something. a little bit and all that. So I did not enjoy that. But then you got Cinderella, which was phenomenal. Okay, directed by Kenneth Branagh, starring, I think her name's Lily James, and then the guy who played Rob Stark. Totally loved it. Totally loved it. It had Kate Blanchett as well as the evil stepmother. Great film. Jungle Book was great. I've never been a big fan of the original Jungle movie, so maybe that's why I thought it was pretty good. The voice cast in it was great too. And then you had Beauty and the Beast. Now we have Aladdin and Lion King on the way. I know Mulan's coming, I think, next year, maybe. Basically, they're taking almost all their whole collection of animated classic films and turning them live action. Why? Because they can make a profit out of it. That's what it was. When I got to Beauty and the Beast, though, I was excited for it. You know, Emma Watson, great voice cast, everything like that. But I walked out of Beauty and the Beast thinking, all this really does is make me want to watch the original animated series, which was the first animated series ever nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, for a little trivia there for you. And when I watched Aladdin, this trailer, and when I think about The Lion King as well, that's all I think about, because as a kid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Lion King all came out in a row, and that was my sweet spot, okay? Those three are like top tier, top 10 animated films of all time for me. Those three fall into it. And, you know, it's maybe just my attachment to them is why I feel this way. But if you're taking a animated movie like that, and with Beauty and the Beast, if you look at it, pretty much all the same songs, pretty much all the same story. Some of the dialogue was completely just direct from it. It's like they didn't do enough to change it and make it different for me to be like, oh yeah, you know, I definitely prefer this over the animated movie, or, you know, it's different enough to where I would own both of them. No, all it did is make me want to watch the animated movie. And that's what I think Aladdin and Lion King are going to do, where if you're telling me the exact same story again, except for live action instead of animated, I can't get excited for it. Now, the big question is Will Smith. Obviously, the tragic passing of Robin Williams means he could not be part of this project, but I think Disney did a great job of getting the next best thing, because Robin Williams was so charismatic and energetic as the genie. That's what made the performance so special. And if you can't get Robin Williams, you got to find someone else who has that same energy or different energy and some kind of charisma to do it. I think Will Smith is a great substitute as the genie. Now, some people are complaining about the way he looks in the blue, but you know what? He didn't look blue at all a couple months ago in Entertainment Weekly. When the movie comes out, when the final product comes out in theaters and I see it on the big screen, that's when I'll judge it. Okay? Now, based off this trailer, though, again, I'm not getting excited about it. But again, I have an attachment to that original film that is very near and dear to my heart. So maybe I'm just a little too close to it. But I will go see this one. I will give it a shot, of course, and see how it goes from there. Plus, by the way, if you guys didn't notice, on the left-hand side and the shot where the genie's coming out of the bottle, you see Carpet. Love Carpet. He's awesome. Tell me what you think about this teaser. Do you like the way Will Smith looks? Are you excited for this film? Are you like me, or just like live-action adaptations? Why? You know, why should I get excited about it? But fire back on the social media groups and, of course, Gmail account. Let me know. Oh, also, the girl who plays Jasmine, if you guys don't recognize her, Naomi Scott, she is from the Power Rangers film that came out in 2017, and she's hot. Okay, moving on to the next story. I am running out of time. I'm going to try to squeeze two more in here before it's all said and done with, so let's get to it. So, according to Sci-Fi, Warner Brothers Animation and Warner Home Entertainment are working together with DC Entertainment Nickelodeon for a brand new animated movie crossover titled Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, this is going to be based off the comic book that came out several years ago. In the storyline, an unexpected crossover movie between the two iconic characters will feature a stellar cast, which is going to include probably most notable Darren Criss from the show Glee. He's going to voice Raphael. But the rest of them, you got Rachel Bloom from My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend on the CW. She's going to be Batgirl. And then a lot of good voice talent such as Tara Strong is going to be back doing Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, who she's known for doing Harley Quinn. And then Troy Baker is going to be voicing Batman and the Joker. Now, the comics several years ago saw the characters meet for the first time via trans-dimensional encounter, and then their rogues gallery got mixed up together, and just, stuff happened, really is what it is. I read the comic. They had a sequel to it as well. The first one was okay. The second one was, less than okay, I guess, too. But why they call it Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I don't know. It's kind of like a Batman v Superman where they'll squabble for about 5 minutes and then they'll team up for the rest of it. Even just the promotional art we get, they're facing the same direction, like they're about to fight the same foe and not each other. So that I don't get. But in any event, they're adapting this from the comic book. I was very interested when the comic book came out to see, because both Batman and the Ninja Turtles, the original Ninja Turtles, live in the dark streets, and putting these characters together kind of seemed like it fit pretty well. And again, that first one did do a decent job of it. Hopefully, if they're going to adapt it into an animated movie, maybe they do a better job, honestly. I'd like to see more fleshed out, and maybe even, some more character interactions of how they work with each other. Yes, putting Batman and Ninja Turtles together sounds cool, but again, like everything else, it's in the execution. And I don't know if this is going to be more fun, like the Nickelodeon cartoon of Ninja Turtles, or it's going to be, something a little bit edgier to it, like, say, Bruce Timm's Batman animated series. I'm hoping it leans more towards the Batman animated series. This picture, given the fact that Batman's in blue instead of more dark black colors, I wouldn't hold my breath on it, but we'll wait and see, guys. Fire back on the social media groups, of course, Facebook and Twitter, and then dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. Let me know, have you read the original material that this story is going to be based off of? What'd you think about it, and what do you think about this animated movie coming? Okay, guys, last thing I'm going to talk about here before I leave is that Marvel Entertainment and Hulu have announced they're expanding their partnership for 4 new animated series and a standalone special. So the streaming service is getting 4 individual series. One is MODOK, which is based off the character created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Now, the series follows the title supervillain with a really big head and really small body as he fights to keep control of his organization and his needy family. Another one is Hit Monkey, which will follow the Japanese snow monkey who trains with the ghost of an American assassin to prepare for a bloody and darkly comical revenge trip through the seedy Tokyo underworld. Then you got Tigra and Dazzler. They're best friends / superheroes who face one of their biggest battles yet, recognition for other superpowered people in Los Angeles. So the last one, probably the most known one, I would say, Howard the Duck. Now, Howard got some nice little cameos in the last 2 Guardians of the Galaxy live-action films. He also got his own film back in the 80s with Leah Thompson and Tim Robbins. But in this one, we'll see Howard follow his best friend Beverly around as he attempts to return to his home planet before Dr. Bong can kill and cook him. And then finally, all these characters are coming together called The Offenders, which will be executive produced by Jeff Loeb, who's in charge of Marvel Television, and will follow all 4 of these titles as they're forced to reluctantly team up to save both the Earth and various parts of the universe from an unknown force. Okay, so let's break it down one by one and go through it all. First off, guys, if you don't know, Fox is being bought out by Disney, which means X-Men, Fantastic Four, all these characters that have been under the 20th Century Fox brand are going to be brought into the fold under Disney, under Marvel Studios. And with that, if you don't know, Hulu, the streaming service, is going to be dominated by Disney, where each of the major broadcast networks own a piece of Hulu. Fox, CBS, what else is there? NBC, ABC, which is owned by Disney. But when Disney buys Fox, Disney will own 60% of Hulu. And Hulu recently is raising their prices on their live TV, which I have, and it stinks. So I've been shopping around to maybe look at other stuff. But I know with Disney owning a majority of Hulu, things of the Disney nature, such as the Marvel shows, Disney shows, Star Wars stuff, more of that is coming to Hulu. There's even rumors that the head of Hulu is talking about maybe if Disney Plus doesn't renew or pick up the Marvel Netflix series that recently got canceled, like Daredevil, they might give it a shot. I honestly don't believe that, but it sounds cool. But I know more stuff on the Marvel and Star Wars variety is going to come to Hulu soon, which is why I don't want to cancel my Hulu subscription. But this is another thing where, honestly, I think they're poking fun or kind of imitating the whole Netflix Marvel thing, where you had the 4 separate shows, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and they all came together for the Defenders. Breaking down the characters, MODOK, he's a supervillain. He's a little silly, but he can also be very dangerous as well. Not my cup of tea. Hitmonkey, I gotta be honest, I have no idea who Hitmonkey is. You know, whatever, he sounds pretty cool. Tigra and Dazzler, I know the characters. I know Dazzler better because she's an X-Men, and I'm a big X-Men fan. A little buddy cop thing going on with that. That could be cool. Howard the Duck, of course. You know, the concept of Howard the Duck sounds cool. I've watched the film. I've seen him in Guardians of the Galaxy. His idea and concept sound cool. But every time I try to read a Howard the Duck comic book, I lose interest. And there are a lot of characters like that I think in concept sound cool, but whether it's the writing or the way he's executed, I just can't get into him. So I fully support the Howard the Duck. I fully support all these series. And then, of course, the Offenders. It's all animated, so that's kind of the interesting thing. I'm hoping they're going to be, you know, a little more adults and not as kiddie as, say, something like Avengers Assemble or, you know, Superhero Squad that we've seen in Marvel's animated past. But again, I feel like the way they're doing this, they're bringing it all together, is kind of going to be like a tongue-in-cheek to the Defenders on Netflix, as you will. But again, I'm looking forward to see once this Fox Disney deal officially goes down, what's going to shake out. Because now also, Warner Brothers wants to start their own streaming service as well, okay? They're talks about pulling their CW shows like Arrow, Flash, Supergirl off of Netflix, and they can put those on their own streaming service. I mean, I gotta say, I was talking to my wife about this. I watch Hulu more than I do Netflix, and if Netflix is going to lose their Disney, their Star Wars, their Marvel, then they're going to lose their Warner Brothers stuff. Honestly, Netflix is becoming the one that, out of all the streaming services, I might have to cut. Now, one thing I'm hoping as well, too, because I have the DC Universe streaming service, is that if Warner Brothers is making their own, I hope they just combine them. Because that way, instead of having a DC and a Warner Brothers one, I can have them all together. So I can have Hulu, I can have the Disney Plus, and then a Warner Brothers one. And then my wife watches Netflix, so I don't think we're getting rid of that. And we have Hulu, Amazon Prime, just for more shipping. But she says we should probably start using it more because we're paying for it, so we should probably watch more videos. But anyway, guys, this is coming to Hulu, and I think it's just a taste of more of what's to come, given the changes that are coming through the Fox Disney deal. I think a lot of things, I think Hulu's going to change quite a bit, honestly, which is why I'm interested and why I don't want to cancel my Hulu subscription just quite yet. So there you have it, guys. Fire back on Facebook group and Gmail accounts and, of course, Twitter. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think, like me, like it's getting more of a tongue-in-cheek to the Netflix Defenders? Do you hope, like me, it's going to be a little more serious or even a little more crude, I guess is the word I would use, than something that I would find on Disney? Fire back. Let me know, guys. And that is going to be it for me today. That's it. Go off. Enjoy your weekend. Oh, also, guys, tomorrow, DC Universe Doom Patrol starts. So the first episode of that, I think, is going to be up Also on Netflix, The Umbrella Academy. I'm pretty sure all the episodes are going to be on there as well. I'm going to try to get through most of that. I don't know. I'm still trying to play catch up from last week and all the shows that I missed. So I still got to do that. So I'll try to watch some of The Umbrella Academy. I will definitely get through the first episode of Doom Patrol and try to let you know what I think about that next week. So that's going to be it, guys. Also, Alita, Battle Angel, the Robert Rodriguez, James Cameron movie. That comes out tomorrow. No, actually came out last night, didn't it? Yeah, so that's out right now. Reviews right now are lukewarm about it. I'm going to go check it out tomorrow. And, of course, I'll tell you all about that on the next show, too. So that's it. Go out. Enjoy your weekend. And also, Valentine's Day. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, but I got a couple polls that I'm going to put up on the Facebook group and Twitter account right now. I'm doing best Star Wars couple, and it's tight between Han and Leia and Kanan and Hera. Obviously, those who voted for Han and Leia don't actually read the expanded universe stuff, such as Star Wars Rebels or the books. If they did, they know Kanan and Hera, much better couple, and Han and Leia, not exactly the best couple past Return of the Jedi. So anyway, guys, that's it. Go out, enjoy your week, and until next time, may the Force be with us all.